A UTRGV professor is tracking a 56-year-old cold case. We'll have the latest straight ahead. How will students be affected by changes in a UTRGV department? And from Brownsville, we bring you the sights and sounds of Chattel Days. UTRGV TV starts now. Hello, I'm Cassandra Torres, and it's great to have you joining us on this week's edition of UTRGV TV. At the top of our newscast, a murder of young school teacher shook the Rio Grande Valley almost 6 decades ago. The case might finally be brought to justice. Orlando Vargas explains.
It's a cold case that has haunted the Rio Grande Valley for 56 years. Irene Garza was murdered in 1960, and now one UTRGV professor is helping teach the importance of cold cases. Sometimes there are cases.
Just the fact that a priest could do something like this, the thought of it, the accusation.
That can't seem to be forgotten.
I can imagine what it would have been like in 1960.
Elizabeth Hernandez remembers reviewing evidence collected for the Irene Garza murder case in 2004.
So I was asked to review everything, read everything. I believe there were about 3 boxes of documents, and then they were released. And that's how I came to know the case or understand the case. I had never heard of the case before.
This was the first time the UTRGV criminal justice instructor had heard about the case.
And you have to remember it was written a long time ago. So I would say it took me a good 2 weeks to read through everything.
She's reviewing the case once again with her criminal justice class as an important part of the region's history.
It's such a famous case. Is he going to get a fair trial here? Or are we going to have to send this case to another county to be tried?
Hernandez says students should learn the importance of prosecuting cold cases and the technicalities that come with the process.
It's very easy to say you want to bring justice to somebody, but there lies a question. The theory question is extraditing an 80-year-old man and putting him on trial for a case that's 56 years old, is that justice?
She'll continue to track the case and hope it's solved to the full extent of the law. In Annenberg, Orlando Vargas, UTRGV TV.
Former priest John Fight was arrested on February 9th in Scottsdale, Arizona for the 1960 murder of Irene Garza in McAllen. Fight is fighting extradition to Texas, and a judge set $75,000 bond. The state has 30 days to bring Fight back to Texas to face charges. Here's a timeline of the events leading up to John Fight's arrest. March 23, 1960, Fight attacked a woman at Sacred Heart Church in Edinburgh and pleaded no contest, but was found guilty of aggravated assault and fined $500. April 16, 1960, Irene Garza went to Sacred Heart Church in McAllen and was never seen again. April 17, 1960, Garza's family filed a missing persons report with McAllen police. April 21, 1960, police found Garza's body in a canal on 2nd Street and Business 83 in McAllen. February 4, 2016, a grand jury indicts Fight. February 9, 2016, Fight was arrested at his home in Arizona. The Nutrition and Dietetics degree plan will be making changes this coming fall. Atalia Lara has the details.
The UTRGV merger not only brought improvements to the community, but also to student programs. The Nutrition and Dietetics program is in the works to make a change.
Now, dietetics is a very small program. It accepts 15 students per year. And so it's really not a program that really can solve our health problems in view of this epidemic of diabetes. To broaden the dietetics program into a bachelor's degree of nutrition, which will be able to allow more students to come in, allow them for a broader range of job opportunities.
Dr. Leaker says this change is a great advantage for future students interested in the nutrition and dietetics program.
The accreditation agency that accredits dietetics programs will move towards a master's as the entry level for dietitians. So we will be actually ahead of other programs that are currently bachelor's programs. They all have to move to the master's eventually. So we're actually ahead of this curve, which I think would be very beneficial to our students. We'll be graduating from a high accredited program.
Carla is a current dietetics student who is thinking of changing her major when the change occurs.
If they change that to a master's degree is like a problem for me because it's difficult for me to find another career that I'm interested in. So yeah, I think if that's what's happening, I think I would take like kinesiology for bachelor, and then I will take my master's degree on nutrition.
New students will have a broader program with better opportunities. The new change would take effect fall 2016. For UTRGV TV, I am Atalia Lara.
Out of over 10,000 applications to UTRGV's medical training, 50 applicants were chosen for the inaugural medical student class. Letters of admission for those who applied are currently being emailed. Matriculation for the class of 2020 will begin in March and orientation on June 27th. Classes for the School of Medicine will start July 25th. New York immigrant attorney Cesar Vargas was in the Valley promoting a candidate in the Democrat Party. Vargas is one of the many immigrants who qualified to receive deferred action, and he is now taking part on political campaigns by sharing his story.
I wanted to be a lawyer to fight for my mother, to ensure that we would never have to worry about being separated. The fact that I was undocumented, I did realize that I couldn't work, I couldn't put my degree to use. What was the point of going to school if I could not become a lawyer, if I could not become a doctor or engineer or a great general? So for me, it was hitting those walls. But I did realize that my mother risked everything to give me a better life, and if she could do that, cross the border with 4 little children, I can definitely graduate to become a lawyer. I can graduate college and contribute to my community.
Students and Brownsville residents came together on the UTRGV campus as the annual Charo Days festivities kicked off this week with Chareada. The event was held on the Student Union lawn, pays tribute to Mexican heritage, and honors the relationship between Mexico and the United States. Spectators looked on as folklorico dancers lit up the stage in bright dresses, and mariachis performed musical numbers as the event went on throughout the day. This year, Mexican actress and singer Itati Cantoral was honored Mr. Amigo, an honor that is bestowed upon a Mexican citizen who contributes to the friendship between the U.S. and Mexico.
The message that I want to give to the citizens, I said it at the bridge, as I am saying it right now. As my companion said, there are no borders, there are no walls. We are all brothers and children of God.
Valley residents can look forward to more of the Charo Days festivities continuing throughout the weekend. The Charo Days Fiesta has been a tradition for the city of Brownsville and Matamoros for 79 years. The celebration honors the friendship between the two border towns, and residents from both countries are eager to attend the weekly events. UTRGV TV reporter Stephen Cavasso reports from the Charo Days Parade in Brownsville to tell us more about this historic occasion.
Well, I'm here in downtown Elizabeth Street where the annual Charos Day International Parade is set to begin shortly. And as you can see, there's excitement in the air as local residents eagerly await the floats that bring together the Mexican and American communities. The streets were filled with vibrant colors as the 79th annual Charo Days International Parade commenced over the weekend. The event saw residents from both the Brownsville and Matamoros communities gather together as they enjoyed various floats and performers in the festivity.
So far, I guess the horses are my favorite part because I love horses, so that's what it was.
The event honors the friendship between the two border cities and exhibits the culture found within the Hispanic community. This year, Mexican actress and singer Itati Cantoral, known for her roles in telenovelas, was honored as Mr. Amigo 2015, a title given to a Mexican citizen who represents a bond between the two communities.
It's good that we have these types of important events that represent friendship and brotherhood among the border cities of Brownsville and Matamoros.
Since 1938, thousands of people gather for the Charo Days International Parade, and each year the celebration gets bigger. The large number of people the event attracts is something small businesses like El Hueso del Fraile are thankful for.
Well, it's really awesome because we get a lot of foot traffic when people are coming in and, they're stopping by, they're like, oh, what is this place? And mostly because they're hungry or want food.
The event even drew in visitors from various parts of the U.S., and Wisconsin native Dave Harris says this is not something he sees every day in his home state.
I think a lot of it's the clothing that the women wear, all that festive, colorful clothing that we never see. And my wife went and bought one of those little white dresses with the frills on it for our granddaughter who's a year and a half.
The parade is something Brownsville resident Anaí Cantu says she has enjoyed all her life and looks forward to each year.
It is a very good experience for everybody to come out and enjoy the festivities around this time. There's so much, the carnival, the students, the kids. It's just a lot of fun for everybody to come enjoy.
2017 will mark the 80th anniversary of the Charros de Fiesta, something unique and that can only be found here in this border town community. In Brownsville, Stephen Cavazos, UTRGV TV.
Thank you, Stephen. And now we will be going with Dan for the latest highlights in UTRGV athletics. So Dan, how was homecoming?
It was phenomenal. You had athletes everywhere. You had the dancers dancing, the cheerleaders cheering, the band banding. Anyways, on to sports. But before we get into sports, I want to say this. The Oscars are this Sunday. Very excited. I think Pixels and Krampus have phenomenal chances. But on to sports, and this is important because this Thursday, UTRGV hosted Seattle University, and UTRGV beat them 67-57. It was a phenomenal win. Here's Lou Stallworth and Dakota Slaughter, doing their little jumping thing, which is, jumping higher, way higher than me. But there are multiple vaqueros having huge games, starting off with Dan Camasa. Here he is at the free throw line, and he made a big impact both on offense and defense. He had 11 points and 10 rebounds, a big-time double-double from the man from Rwanda. Another player with a huge game was Shaq Hines. He had 22 points. He had 6 rebounds. He had multiple three-pointers in the first half. He really was an Energizer Bunny in that first half. And speaking of the Energizer Bunny, Dakota slaughtered it. He had 8 points, and he didn't have the biggest point total, but what he did was bring real leadership. And late in the game, here he is with an and-one layup that really fortified the victory. And UTRGV beat Seattle 67-57. That's a 10-point win. Divide that by 2. That's 5. But it was a big time week here at UTRGV because it was homecoming week. There were events from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and I actually went around and captured all that with my camera. So here's a little video I put together covering homecoming week.
Today's Monday, February 15th. We are outside the Student Union for the homecoming kickoff party event. Looks like it's a good time. Hey, let's go!
We're UTRGV baseball and it's homecoming. We're looking at our schedule with our team photo on it. Doesn't look too bad. Everyone should hang these up on their fridge.
Always a good time, or great for the students and the athletes to mingle. So hopefully it'll be quite a unique week this week, being our first year at UTRGV. So looking forward to it.
Man, the team, everything about the team. We all get along well. We joke around. We do everything together. There's no cliques. There's no differences like in adversity, no matter where we're from.
Nothing but net, dude. Nothing but net.
We are the women's soccer team, and this is the Vaquero Olympics, and I'm Deandra Aliaga. I'm Marie Erickson. I'm Hannah Spence. I'm Kenzie McLeod. I hope to get a gold medal. I've had fun already, and it hasn't even started. Yeah. I was wishing Norway would be here to compete. Yeah. They'd probably get some. USA.
Let's go, let's go! I'm Mary, this is Mitch. We're here supporting from the women's basketball team.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's UTRGV men's soccer here. We're at the rec right now. B for B Nation.
Dale Vaqueros! Ready, Ashley? For real? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. You're marked. Get set. Go!
Spring to the line. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
My name is Rico. My name is Sammy. We're from men's soccer and celebrating a homecoming parade in this Friday.
Just wanted to thank y'all for coming out, man. Game tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Be there. Thanks for the support. Enjoy the night. Enjoy the night, man.
If you ain't with the V's up, you ain't with the V's up, bro. You see us.
Hey, ride with us and collide with us. It ain't what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Believe me, the sayings out there, we play for you. These kids go to class every day, work every day, do the same things you do, along with everything they do in athletics.
Homecoming celebration tonight, none other than founding president Dr. Guy Banning. How about giving him a round of applause, please?
And you students, as our founding student body, are going to be all part of this. Now, you have to do one other thing this weekend. What happens tomorrow night? At basketball, be at that game.
My game plan is thank God first and just enjoy the moment, man, and just be thankful for the position I'm in to be the first to light the letter, so that'd be nice. For the city, man, V's up, man, for the whole UCRGV basketball. I'm trying to hold it down for the squad. You got me? You good? It was great, man. It's my first time ever doing this. You know, at first, by the way the wind is moving, it was hard for me to catch a light, but it was amazing. It was a great experience. I heard the whole school, whole crowd chanting, so it was great, man. That means everything, man. I'll definitely be a proud alumni. Most definitely always be coming back, giving back to the school, and it granted me an opportunity to play the game I love and to impact people. Those are two things I love to do. God bless me with those two passions, and UTRGV has given me the platform to exercise those, so I'll forever be grateful.
That's it for sports this week. I'll be back next week with basketball coverage, baseball coverage, all kinds of track and field and golf. So tune in next week. And back to Casey, I'm Daniel Galvan.
That's all we have for you today. But remember, if you have a story you'd like for us to know about, you can find us on Facebook. Just search UTRGV TV, or you can email us at utrgvtv@gmail.com. That's all we have for you today. See you next time.